Hi everyone, this is the another example on solving differential equation by using Laplace transforms. See the statement, solve d square plus 2d plus 1 of phi is equal to 3 e power t into t at the conditions y of 0 is equal to 4 and y dash of 0 is equal to 2. Clearly this is a second order differential equation. We have to solve this second order differential equations at the given conditions using Laplace transforms. That is the statement. Okay. Here what is capital D? Capital D is known as differential operator with respect to the independent variable. Here independent variable is t and dependent variable is small y. Do not forget it. At the climax of this problem, we have to find out the solution for y only in terms of t. Do not forget it. So, given equation can be written as d square of y, take this y to inside, so you will get d square of y plus 2d of y plus 1 into y is equal to 3 into e power t into t. Take it equation number 1. Here capital D is nothing but derivative with respect to the independent variable t, d by dt. That is why d square of y is nothing but second derivative of y. I will write this one as y double dash. 2 into derivative of y is nothing but y dash plus y is there is equal to 3 into e power t into t. Okay. Apply Laplace transform on both sides. According to the procedure, we have to apply Laplace first on both sides. So, what happened? You will get L of y double dash plus 2 into L of y dash plus L of phi is equal to 3 is the constant term. So, right outside of the operator here e power t into t. So, what about the L of y double dash? You know that L of y double dash is nothing but s square into L of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0. So, writing this formula without mistakes is very important. Plus 2 into what is the formula for L of y dash? S into L of y minus y of 0. Okay. So, formula for L of y dash is completed. Now, last term is only L of y is equal to. Here we are observing that it is in the form of e power 8 into f of t. We have to apply first shifting theorem on Laplace transform. According to first shifting theorem on Laplace, it can be written as 3 into Laplace transformation of the function of t. It would be t only. In this Laplace, we should replace s by s minus 1. Okay, because a is nothing but coefficient of t, it would be 1 only. But immediately we have to apply conditions. What are the conditions? After writing L of I double dash, L of I dash formula, immediately we have to apply the given conditions in the which are provided in the statement. Given conditions are y of 0 is equal to 4. Whenever we have y of 0, replace it by 4, and whenever we have y dash of 0, you can replace it by 2. Okay. So, above steps becomes to s square into L of y minus what is y of 0? 4. S into 4. S into 4 can be written as 4s. Do not write s into 4. Okay. It is not our mathematics language. What is y dash of 0? It would be 2 minus 2 plus take this 2 to inside 2s into L of y minus again here we have y of 0, but y of 0 is 4. 2 4s are 8 plus L of y is equal to what about the next one? 3 into L of t is 1 by s square because it is in the form of t power n, and in this formula we have to replace s by s minus 1. So, however, you will get 3 by s minus 1 whole square. Okay. Now, we have to collect the terms L of phi. In the first one, in the last one, this is not L of 3, sorry, this is L of s, in the last one, and here in these 3 terms we have L of phi terms. So, you can take common out that L of phi term from these 3 parts. So, you will get s square is the remaining term in the first part, here 2s is the remaining term plus 2s, and in the last one if you take common out the L of s, then remaining term only 1 whole into L of phi. What about the remaining terms? So take this negative 4s to right side. Already right side we have 3 by s minus 1 whole square. First write the term. If you take negative 4s to right side, you will get positive 4s. And here we are observing that it is minus 2 and minus 8. It would be minus 10. So it becomes positive 10. And also we are observing that it is in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. So we can write this one as s plus 1 whole square, s plus 1 whole square into L of phi is equal to 3 by s minus 1 whole square plus 4s plus 10. Now we need L of phi, so it becomes L of phi is equal to 3 by, already s minus 1 whole square is there. So if you take this term to right side, it becomes to denominator. So we have to write as s plus 1 whole square plus 4s plus 10 whole by s plus 1 whole square. Okay. Now what is y? By applying inverse Laplace transform on both sides. If you get this step, 50% of the problem is completed. So it is enough to find out y value. For y value, we have to take inverse Laplace on both sides. So you will get L inverse of 3 by s minus 1 whole square into s plus 1 whole square plus L inverse of 4s plus 10 whole by s plus 1 whole square. Okay. We can evaluate the last part by using first shifting theorem on inverse Laplace transform. Don't take LCM here. In my opinion, it is not necessary to take the LCM. We can evaluate this L inverse by using first shifting theorem on inverse Laplace, and you are all understand that very easily. To get L inverse of this term, we have to use the partial fractions. See, you can give you equation number 2. So consider this part only, 3 by s minus 1 whole square into s plus 1 whole square is equal to, what are the partial fractions? Repeated linear factors in the denominator. That is why a by s minus 1 plus b by s plus 1 whole square plus c by, this is s minus 1 whole square. First term is over. For the second term, it would be c by s plus 1 plus d by s plus 1 whole square. Take the LCM. We can take it equation number 3. Take it the equation LCM and then you can take the, you can equate the numerators. It's enough. What is the LCM? For the first two parts, s minus 1 whole square is the LCM. For the last two parts, s plus 1 whole square is the LCM. So a into 1s minus 1 into another, this is not plus, this is the product, s plus 1 whole square plus c into, you should multiply the c with the 1s plus 1 and another term is s minus 1 whole square plus, sorry I forget to write b value, b is there. So for b, already s minus 1 whole square is there, another term is s plus 1 whole square plus c into 1s plus 1 and s minus 1 whole square and d into s minus 1 whole square. So we have to equate the numerators now. See here, by equating the numerators, in the left hand side we have 3, in the right side what is the numerator? A into s minus 1 into s plus 1 whole square plus b into s plus 1 whole square only plus c into 1s plus 1 and s minus 1 whole square plus d into s minus 1 whole square. This is c. Okay. So for a or b value, look at their denominators. S minus 1 is the factor. So replace s is equal to 1, you will get the b value. So 3 is equal to 1 minus 1 0, 1 plus 1 2, 2 square is 4, 4b, and this becomes 0, this becomes 0. So b value is 3 by 4. Next, replace s is equal to minus 1, which is the root for the denominator of c and d. So you will get d value. Okay. So in the left side we have only 3. So you can write that constant as usually here. This becomes 0, this becomes 0, this becomes 0. Last one you will get minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 whole square. It is also 4d. So you will get d value is again 3 by 4. Okay. Now for a value we should compare the coefficients of like terms. So compare coefficients of, what is the highest degree term in the left side, in the right side? S into s square, it would be s cube. S cube is the highest degree term on both sides. So you will get, in the left side we do not have any s cube term, that's why its coefficient is 0. Here s into s square, s cube whose coefficient is a, and again here you will get s cube term by multiplying this both terms. First term is s cube. Don't write it is not necessary to write all terms. You have to guess it. Okay, a plus c is equal to 0. We do not have any a or c value. Now compare coefficients of, otherwise you can put d is equal, s is equal to 0, because already two values are there. So put s is equal to 0. It is very difficult to compare s square terms on both sides. That's why by replacing s is equal to 0 in the left hand side, again you will get 3. Here it is 0, it is 0. Minus 1 into plus 1, you will get minus a. You will get minus a. And here plus b is there. Okay. And here 1 into minus 1 square. So 1 into c, c. Okay. And what is the next one? S minus 1, 0 minus 1, minus 1 whole square means plus t. So I got another equation. Yeah, I think this is a very easy method to compare coefficients of s square on both sides. Okay, it is very easy method. Now 3 is equal to minus a. What is b value? 3 by 4. D value is also 3 by 4. So minus a plus c is equal to, already 3 is there. So what is 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4? Since bases are equal, you can add the powers. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 by 4. If you take the 6 by 4 to this side, it becomes negative 6 by 4. So 4 3s are 12. 12 minus 6. Again 6 by 4. It would be 3 by 2. So from this equation, you can write a plus c is equal to 0. You can add these both equations. You will get 2c. 2c is equal to 3 by 2 plus 0. It would be 3 by 2. I got c is also 3 by 4. Okay. Since a plus c is equal to 0, from this what is a value? Minus c. Already we got c value as 3 by 4. So you will get a is equal to negative 3 by 4. So we have to replace a, b, c, d values in this one. So directly you can substitute this equation here. So from 2 and 3 we will get the next step. See the next step. From 2 and 3 implies y should be equal to L inverse of, what is a? Minus 3 by 4. Minus 3 by 4 by s minus 1. This is nothing but this one. That's why I am writing directly these ABCD values here. What is b value? B value is also 3 by 4. 3 by 4 by s minus 1 whole square plus c value. C value is also 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 by s plus 1. And what is d value? D value is also 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 by s plus 1 whole square. In this way we can separate the terms. And there is another part here. Since in the denominator we have s plus 1, we should get here also s plus 1. That's why I will write this term as L inverse of 4 into s plus 1, and I will add minus 4. So otherwise you can subtract minus 1 only here, plus 10 is there. Okay, just whenever we have s, I am adding plus 1 and subtracting 1 whole by s plus 1 whole square. Okay, see the next step. So this is implies y is equal to minus 3 by 4 into L inverse of 1 by s minus 1, it would be e power t, plus 3 by 4 into L inverse of 1 by s minus 1 whole square. According to the first shifting theorem, you will get e power t into t, plus 3 by 4 is the constant term. L inverse of 1 by s plus 1 is nothing but e power minus t. If you have the grip on the formula, you can easily write these all things, plus 3 by 4 into, again by using first shifting theorem on inverse Laplace, you will get e power minus t into t. And here you can separate the terms here. L inverse of 4 is the constant term right outside, s plus 1 by s plus 1 whole square, it would be 1 by s plus 1 only. Okay, and 4 into minus 1, minus 4 plus 10, it would be positive 6 into L inverse of 1 by s plus 1 whole square. Okay, however y is equal to minus 3 by 4 into e power t plus 3 by 4 into e power t into t plus 3 by 4 into e power minus t plus 3 by 4 into e power minus t into t, plus what about this one, 4 into e power minus t. Okay, what about the last one, plus 6 into e power minus t into t. So this is the required general solution of the, sorry, not general solution, this is not general solution. Whenever we are getting the solution at the given conditions, it is only particular solution. Okay, this is not general solution, don't forget it. This is the required solution of the given equation at the given conditions. In the next video, I will give some more examples on solving ODE. Thank you very much.